Hey guys, welcome to another video. And as usual, before I get started, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe if you're new to this content. And to my current subscribers, I appreciate you guys more now. Let's just get right to it. So the Bitcoin price is roughly about 105,000. The Ethereum price is around 2,600. And even though it's old news, yes, we do have a verdict of guilty. I'm always going to stand on the rock that you're innocent until proven guilty. And for those of you that have been watching my videos in the past, and hopefully you guys are still subscribers to this day, I'm a man of my word. I'm always going to stick with that until we got a verdict. Now, we do have it. Let's just talk about the case. We're not going to go and rehash the whole story because a lot of you guys already know the whole story in reference to Safemoon. Conspiracy to commit fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and conspiracy to wire funds. Now, that come at a maximum of 65 years sentence, but in reality, it's roughly about 15 to 30 years for John Karony. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do a little bit of rehash here. Who are the jurors in this case? It's been said that roughly about 2% of the people in the world actually get involved in crypto. So in my opinion, not everybody are invested in crypto. They may know about it. They may know about Bitcoin and all this, but they don't have a clue on how to go ahead and buy it. And for those that do have an idea on how to buy it, the slightest dip in the price, they'll go ahead and sell. A lot of those persons are not long-term investors. They're getting into it based on FOMO. Now, we know Safemoon started in March 8, 2021. It's a BEP20 token, okay, on the Binance Smart Chain. The biggest to this day, made the most money on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, the uniqueness we do know of Safemoon back then and before it ended was the tokenomics. 10%, we know there's a 5% on transaction fees, etc. And they're gone to the holders, and then we do understand another 5% was added to the LP. We know the whole story. For those of you about the whole Nike situation, we're not going to get into that. We're going to talk about the verdict. Okay, who were the jurors? What the jurors comprise of? I don't know their background and all that stuff, but however, the way in which I would assume that the case was actually presented to those jurors, more of a person who actually stole money from people and they listed as fraud. And this is where they were convinced that John Karony was actually guilty. Do I believe he was guilty? Hey, that in my opinion, I'm going to stick that it's been alleged that that was actually his wallet. Nobody saw him buy the tokens. They made the assumption that it's the same crypto wallet based on the contract address and all those different things, but they didn't actually see him do it. He could have had somebody do it, take care of that whole transaction all by himself, or that could have been somebody else. These are the things. There's no concrete evidence. Long story short, they still found him guilty. And I'm doing this video to, because a lot of the other content creators, we know who they are. They did their videos, okay? They went into depth, they went into length, but they couldn't take the emotions out of it. If you're going to be doing video and be a true content creator, take the emotions out of it. Just be transparent, say for what it really is. It's not the fact that you're part of the Safemoon community or whatever. Be transparent, take the emotions and state the case. We know the term that he's going to get. Now, how is this going to play out? My thing is that based on this political climate that we have right now, it's a pay to play. And for those of you who know exactly what I'm saying, if you have the money, most likely John can very well get a pardon. The question is, does John still have funds stacked away? Sam Bankman-Fried will most likely be let go before Trump term is done. The creator of the silkworm actually got pardoned. Saw a glimpse of him and he's gone. A big gangster actually is gone. Actually got pardoned. The reality TV folks, Grizzlies, they actually got pardoned. So hey, the list goes on. But was his funds actually depleted? This has nothing to do if John is innocent or guilty. Because right now, the administration in place knows what it feels like to be charged for things that you may have nothing to do about, but they have made their very own opinion that you're guilty. And he's a lot more compassionate to things like this. And I'm really hoping that if there were funds that, hey, you can take it for whatever its value, if they have donated to the campaign or if they have requested a pardon and asked that this may happen. Now, it's a high chance that yes, he will most likely get these terms, and maybe a month, 2, 3, 4 months in, he will get pardoned. I'm just hoping that that is the case. And it's not a stain or a bad look to be pardoned. There's a lot of people that got charged with tax evasions and all that stuff that got pardoned in the last administration and the one before that. All right. So the fact that they might be innocent until proven guilty and then proven guilty by the court of the law, okay, there's still a thing called a pardon. And this can actually work out in John's favor. So I did see a lot of John tweets that he is in support of Donald Trump and all these different things. And again, we're not going to make it political, but if you have a political alliance that actually can work in your favor, then why not try to make it work in your favor? So I'm hoping that you guys will understand the point of view that I'm getting. It's not, I'm taking the emotions out of it, because really, truly, guys, I was an investor as well, still never did sell over 40 million tokens. I've since made that money 10 times more because, guys, I run my very own business and I have passive incomes coming in from all different directions. But I'm a true investor. I may not have been doing as many Safemoon videos, but I keep a close view on updates on the news and everything. I will be waiting to see what the sentencing is. And, you know, we all know where this project would have gone. But, you know, I listened to those Twitter spaces. I listened to every person. And a lot of people are kicking John Karony when he's down. Nobody's saying anything about Nagy, all right, who ran away and is in Dubai. So we think. We know Thomas Smith is going to get off basically scot-free, all right? He was involved in this as well. He is just as involved as with John Karony. But, you know, blow the whistle, you know, you start talking all those different things. So this is the video I'm bringing to you guys to think about it. You have to pay to play. If John Karony have a few dollars on the side, hey, get your legal team to work to your advantage. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You see all these big cases that are going on. A lot of people are incarcerated over tax evasion and all these things. There's a high chance if he plays his cards right, he can be out in a year or two. I think they would probably let him sit in there for a year or two. And he may get off a good time as well, because he's been in there for quite some time. I think it was November of 2023, right coming off of Halloween. I remember that day when he was incarcerated, federal, for multiple offenses that they charge him with. And now we see there are three, the charges totaling maximum sentence of 65 years, which will roughly be between 15 and 30 years. So if you like what I'm saying, guys, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. But this is my opinion in reference to how this can work to John Karony's advantage. And look, if he gets the pardon, I'm going to be really excited for him. Nobody wants to see anybody. Yes, of course, a lot of people want him to see him go to jail. There's a lot of people that actually do hate John Karony, and I get it. I'm not hating on nobody. But if you have a way to let the pardon work for you, hey, why not use it? Because I can tell you this, big cases that I know of, that you guys know of, that are going on right now, and that particular person has billions of dollars, and that person used to live in New York with the current administration, Donald Trump, and there's a high chance this particular person can get a pardon as well. So it may work in his favor. Let me know you guys' opinions in reference to this. But this is the video I'm bringing to you guys to let you guys know. And I know you guys have been getting mixed opinions in reference to other content creators. I'm just going to be real transparent, and I'm going to use the legal system and the current administration to see if this works in his favor. Kudos to John if John would be able to handle it. So this is the video I'm bringing to you guys. Happy to see you guys back. Again, like, share, subscribe. There will be another one on verdict day. All right, and we will do the recap, and you guys, I would probably rehash this same pardon discussion, but I want to know you guys' opinion. And hey, yes, you guys see I've been doing a bunch of meme tokens, but I'm not here to talk about a meme token of what I'm actually going to be launching. Really, truly, that actually got pretty boring. I'm actually involved in some other investments that are working for me, so I'm actually going to give those memes a break. I talk more educational from things that people need to know in reference to crypto. So to the Safemoon, whatever is left of the Safemoon community, we know it has been a good ride. We know if things did not go awry, a lot of the Safemoon members would have been, well, a lot of those content creators that are actually making a lot of angry, emotional videos. If Safemoon had done well, they would have been very, very happy. Believe you me. It's just that, you know, sour grapes, it didn't work out in their favor. But as I kept preaching in all of my videos, maybe they never watch my videos, but it's the 80-20 rule. 20%, okay, on the memes and all that stuff, 80% on the blue chip, but never put in no more than you can afford to lose. And it's apparent that a lot of them did not follow those rules, and a lot of them are still angry to this day. They didn't have a backup plan, and as a result, they are salty. So this is the reason why they're very angry. Like, share, subscribe, guys, and until I see you guys again, you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.